Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to the Pageant Sit Down. My name's Regina Elena, one of your hosts, and I'm super excited for all of you to be with us today. As you all know, if you've been following, today is our last episode of the season, meaning my co-host and I will be taking a break for the summer. So please enjoy this episode. And speaking of my co-host, I am joined, of course, with I can't say the greatest co-host in all the galaxy because that's my title. With my greatest co-host ever.
Hi everyone, it's Liz. How's it going? We are super excited to be... Oh, are we pausing? We're good?
Hang on. What happened?
Uh-oh.
Where did she go? Can you hear me?
Can you hear?
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties. One moment, everyone.
Hang on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, you know what? Let's restart the stream and we'll be right back. Oh my goodness. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's a first.
Yeah, it really is since the beginning.
Yep. This is our last show of the season and we get it first. First for everything. This is what happens when I try to give you my intro.
Exactly.
Well, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for that glitch. We are back here live on the Sit Down. Once again, I'm your host, Regina Elena, joined by...
Hi everyone, it's Liz Marnock. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm really excited for our last show before a little break today, and just to wrap it up, we have a really exciting guest, and I'm going to introduce her right now. Please welcome Mary Mullally, Miss Elegance of the World Ireland 2021 Virtual Heat winner. Welcome!
Hi!
Hello, Mary.
Hi.
So sorry about all of
that confusion.
Seriously. Well, to start, Mary, you and I, we've been following, on social media. You've been following the Pageant Sit Down. And there are many viewers who may be wondering, who are you? So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Mary. I'm from Ireland. I'm a mum of 4. I have been competing in pageants since 2016. I currently hold the title of Miss Elegance of the World Ireland Virtual Heat winner 2021.
Amazing. So you mentioned behind the scenes when we weren't on air, you mentioned that there was a virtual heat winner versus Ireland. Can you tell us the difference between the two?
At the moment, we have an international winner for Miss Elegance of the World, and she's an Irish queen as well. So to break up the two of us, I'm classed as a virtual heat winner, and she's an international winner, and that's what I'm competing for her title in July.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool.
So
since it's virtual, is it a virtual pageant strictly at all levels of the competition?
So it was just 5 girls just competing for the Ireland title. Because it was COVID at the time, we had to do it all online, and I was a lucky girl to be picked.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fun. How was it? Sorry, you mentioned you're a mom of 4 and you've been doing pageants since 2016. What has it been like balancing mom life and pageant life?
It's been interesting, especially at the beginning it was because they were younger. But they fell in love with pageant life as well, and they compete as well.
Oh,
that's so fun.
So we kind of do it all together. They come to events with me, so we make it as a family event.
What pageants are they involved in? If they're younger, or how old are they, and like where are they in the pageant world?
My oldest daughter, she doesn't compete.
Okay.
She's just got 18. My second daughter, she's competing in October. She's competing in Ireland, in the Ireland pageant for the teen title.
Nice.
She'll be 15. My second daughter, she's 13. At the moment, she's not competing. And I have a 3-year-old little boy.
Oh,
nice.
It's a full house. Wait, you said 18?
Yes.
Oh my god, you guys get mistaken as sisters all the time because I didn't think you'd have an
No, me neither.
Yeah, she's very alike, only for the hair shorter.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So how is it in your household having mother and daughter do pageants? And have you guys competed in the same franchise, just different divisions before?
Yes, going back before I had my little boy, myself and my second daughter, we competed in the Ireland pageant together. So it was nice being able to have that bonding experience.
For sure. Is the Ireland pageant scene kind of big? I know the UK. I know a little bit more about the UK than Ireland. Are there a lot of pageants there? Is there a lot of contestants?
No. There's basically only kind of one pageant system in Ireland, and that's about it. Ireland is not big on pageant systems.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of people have watched like the toddler and tiara programs, and they don't believe in putting the children through that. But when I got the experience from it, I saw a different side of it. That's not like that, and it was more them making friendships, and they loved it. Dressing up in the pretty little dresses.
Yeah, it's just fun, right? Have you gotten any unfortunate backlash from your community, if any? If it's such like a taboo hobby, I guess, in Ireland?
Yeah, over the years, some people have said, like, why put your children through that? You shouldn't be doing it. But they don't see what we see.
Right.
They see the crying children that be on TV, not wanting the fake lashes on or the tan done. But over here, it's more you go in as yourself. They don't expect any of that.
Right. Exactly. I want to kind of jump in a little bit more about the pageant that you're doing, because we're talking about you today. Why did you choose to enter the Miss Elegance of the World competition? What stood out to you?
I've been following Miss Elegance of the World for a few years as I was competing in other systems. And last year, my good friend, Sandra Mackenzie, she's the international queen, and she asked me would I be interested in entering the heat. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe. And so I entered and I won it. But it's a different system compared to what I've done in the past. It's more closer, more like family. We can chat about anything. It's great, like.
That's awesome. I love those kind of pageants where it just feels a little homey, you feel more comfortable. They're always more fun, in my opinion.
Especially with our director, he's so laid back. You can contact him anytime, and he's always there to help us.
That's awesome. Well, actually, speaking of, he is in the chats, and I know there are many of you tuned in, so if you do have any questions for Mary or have any comments for her, you can always leave them in the live chats, and we are more than happy to read them to her. So it looks like they say, best of luck, Miss Elegance of the World Ireland 2021 Virtual Heat winner, Mary, and congrats, well done. We'll be watching here at Miss Elegance of the World. So they are here.
Welcome. Thanks for watching.
Hello. Welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down.
Right. Yeah, they've been such a really supportive organization of all their delegates. So that's really nice. It's good to see because it, kind of shows the organization's commitment to the contestants. So that's good. Can you, sorry, go ahead, Virgin.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of know, I know we touched on this from another contestant we had on, but can you remind us what the categories of the competition are and like what you do to score points at Miss Elegance of the World?
For my final in July, we'll have the opening round and it'll go straight into fashion wear. Then we have national costume, which is whatever we make or decide to represent the country we're from.
Right.
We'll have swimwear and then our evening gown.
Ooh. What's your favorite part of competition, or which category is your favorite?
I love evening wear because when you see all those dresses and that they're all like princesses. But my favorite part is just coming together with all the girls, especially when you haven't met any of them. Like with this pageant system, all the girls I'm competing against are in different countries, so I've never met any of them yet. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of them, and even especially UK girls as well. So
right.
So this is going to be in person.
Yeah.
Ooh,
wow.
Exciting. Because your title's sorry, Liz. Because your title is Virtual Heat winners. So is this the first time you're going to be there in person for Elegance of the World?
I've been over twice for photo shoots. I've met the director, but this will be the first time being on the stage for Miss Elegance.
Fun.
Wow. So, like, when you're preparing for this pageant, what are you doing? Do you have a platform? Do you have appearances or charity work that you're really focusing on to get to the final crown?
For Miss Elegance of the World, our platform would be Cancer Research UK. But I work with any charity that needs it. So I'm kind of open to work with whoever needs help.
That's great.
And so for Miss Elegance of the World, I know we've had UK and we've had Ireland, but what other countries are there? And do you connect with all your other pageant sisters from all around the world?
Any girl can enter from any part of the world. At the moment, we have Belgium, the Netherlands. There's girls coming over from the USA. We have a girl from Canada. Myself. So there's a good few, and then we have the UK contestants that compete for the UK title.
Oh, wow, it's a big pageant.
Yeah, that's exciting. This wouldn't be your first time competing in person though, because you've been competing since 2016. You said?
This is my 10th.
Okay, wow.
Your 10th pageant?
Yes.
That's a lot of pageants. Oh my goodness, that's more than one a year. One of my favorite questions to ask everybody is, what are your hobbies or interests outside of pageantry? What does a day in a life look like for you when you're not dealing with pageant stuff?
Even if I'm not competing in pageants, I still do fundraising. I still work with charities. So with being in a pageant, it just kind of helps me use my title more and try to get more companies involved in helping certain communities and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna look at some of the questions we have here.
While Liz is looking for questions, you mentioned your daughter does pageants as well. Do you enjoy doing pageants with her, it kind of gives you like a bonding experience, something to grow together with?
Yeah, it is a great way. Even I know the UK and America, they do boy systems as well. But it's nice being able to do it with your child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to going with her now in October and watching her shine on the stage, because it's been a few years since she was able to do it.
That's so fun. We should have had your daughter with you. Have a mother-daughter interview.
Next time.
Yeah.
So I have a question here. Since you've competed for this title, the virtual heat title, is there anything that you learned from competing that you're gonna take with you to your competition in July, where you'll maybe switch up something you did or try something new for next time?
The difference will be because it's gonna be live, like with the virtual heat, where it was just videos and that, but it'd be making sure I don't slip or fall on stage, because it's easier to do it on a ground level.
Right.
And we won't get to see the stage until that morning, so it's going to be a bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I think that's a big concern of a lot of people. It's always the number one thing through everyone's head, so I'm sure you'll do fantastic. For the wardrobes and stuff, are you working on getting new wardrobe or updating things that you want to wear for the competition? And if so, what does that look like?
My wardrobe is ready.
Nice.
It's packed away.
Yeah.
All I'm waiting for now is my national costume to be completed. I'm excited to see that, because it's actually a surprise. So I won't know what details or anything is in it until I pick it up.
Oh, so it's a surprise to you as well?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We chatted about different areas of Ireland and different symbols that represent us and colours and that, but I don't know what's after coming together in the outfit.
Oh wow.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm so looking forward to seeing it.
I'm excited for you to see it too. I'm excited to see it. You mentioned pageants aren't a big thing in Ireland. So where do you find your pageant wardrobes, or do you have to travel, or is it like an underground pageant fashion place?
At the beginning, when I first competed, it was more like just like the prom dresses.
Right.
But over here we have Debs, so it was just kind of simple dresses. But as I progressed in it, I buy from the UK, or I buy from America.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the UK is closer to for shipping.
Yeah. But it all depends on what you're looking for, I think, as well.
That's true. That's
the styles are really different from the UK and the US, but they're both like really beautiful in their own right. So it kind of just depends on what your taste is, I guess.
Exactly. So Anthony is back in the chats and says, "Hey, hashtag proud of all our amazing queens, and great interview. Well done, Mary, from all of us at Miss Elegance of the World, and Anthony Turner, Director, CEO."
Thank you, Anthony.
And we know Anthony's been waiting a few hours, because little did we know EST is the same time zones or acronyms for our time zones in both Eastern North America and in Ireland. So Anthony, we apologize.
Yes. The time zones are always tricky, but we're very happy to have you on, and we made it work, so we're all good. So you said you've been competing in pageants since 2016. Could you tell us some of the other pageants you've done? I know you did the Ireland pageant. Have you ever competed in any virtual pageants or pageants outside of Ireland?
I've done a few in the UK.
Okay.
And I did compete in Miss Regal as well. But it was virtual as well because of COVID. Right. I've done some online for charity and stuff as well. But most of them have been in UK or Ireland.
Wonderful. So it sounds like you've done a lot, and it makes sense now to why you have so many followers and friends here in Canada in the virtual pageant world. We are actually at the halfway point. Actually, Janice McGregor is here, and I know she also did Miss Regal World, so now I see where you two have connected.
Yeah.
But we are at the halfway.
I think we're actually in the same category as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, wow.
So she says you were a remarkable delegate in Miss Regal World. XOXO.
Oh, thank you.
So we are at the halfway point. I know the time is going by really quickly, and I look at my clock. I'm like, where did the time go?
Yeah, seriously.
We do have a segment on our show, Mary, which is 5 tips from a beauty queen. And having been competing in pageants since 2016 and having experience in both in-person and virtual pageants, what would be your pageant tips for all of our viewers watching today?
One would be, don't think about entering a pageant. Always try it. If you love it, or you might not love it. Because when I entered, I wasn't sure, but I haven't stopped since. I've made a big family out of it. Always have confidence in yourself. Don't worry about your wardrobe. You will learn how to build it up as you go. And always have someone there with you is a big help as well, especially if you have your little accidents with dresses. I learned over the years to always have a safety pack, which is a big thing to have, and always bring extra items.
So those are 5 amazing tips. Liz and I are like, yes.
I agree with all of them. They're great. Yeah, I mean, having the extra person there, because people always say bring extra things. Bringing an extra human being is sometimes your biggest tip. I know I can't do a pageant without my sister, so she's my carry-on basically, and she does everything. So it's really, I love that you mentioned that, because it takes a village to make a pageant queen successful at a weekend.
Sometimes it's very hard to try to slip up a dress at the back as well.
Yeah, there's so many little things that people don't think about that you just cannot do without some helping hands. And of course, if you don't have someone, your pageant sisters will help you, directors, backstage people, but it's always nice to have someone you're comfortable with to help you with all that stuff. Yeah, that's great.
And if you're like Liz and you forget your shoes, at least you have someone there to go get them for you.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly. Been there a couple times. I really wanted to ask you, I was thinking about this when you were doing your tips. What is the difference between being a contestant yourself and being a pageant mom? I know we were kind of talking about having like extra people around. You've played both these parts, so was one harder, or what's the situation with that?
I think being a pageant girl or a queen is like being a mom as well, because you're still there to help your sister queens.
Yeah.
So when you be, and then say with being kids, you help them. So being both is easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's for every single person it's different. So yeah, that's just interesting to hear, especially since you have so many children. I'm sure you are always doing so much stuff, so that's great. Sorry, go ahead, Regine.
It's okay. Well, there's a question that I love asking everyone, and you competed in multiple pageants and you're very familiar with the pageant world. But if you could have any title, regardless of your title now or the pageant that you're going for, what would be Mary's dream pageant title to have?
Oh, that's a good question. I always wanted American title. I always was interested in Miss World or Miss Universe, but I kind of got a bit older for the age limits. But I'm looking forward to competing the system I'm in, and hopefully be able to go and compete in Miss Global next year.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
Oh
That's
yes,
fun.
that's right. Because whoever wins Miss Elegance ends up going to Miss Global, correct? Or
Yeah.
oh, that's fun.
That's a great opportunity.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because with virtual stuff, I'm sure you're very active on social media in terms of your title. Do you have any advice or tips to people who are maybe struggling with the social media aspect of pageantry? Because I know now within the last 5 or so years, it's become a huge aspect of what the judges look at. And do you have any advice for people in terms of that?
Just keep doing your work. Keep tagging who you're doing it with, hashtagging, and I try to share most of my storyline so more people will see it.
Yeah.
I know that the girls that they don't look at news feeds, they just sit there and go through everyone's storyline to see what's happening.
Yeah. I think some people underestimate the stories because they're only there for a certain amount of time, but if you put it in highlights, you can keep it forever and a lot of people will see it. So that's a good point.
Exactly. Janice says, preach. I love how you embrace the camaraderie aspect of pageantry. So I think this is when you were mentioning the difference between being a mom and being a beauty queen. It's still kind of the same person, because it's true, when I know, for example, exactly, and you become sisters, like we all talk about sisterhood and pageantry. So we all like to look out for one another. We're not here to backstab or fight or do any of that. We're there to help everyone.
Right. Yeah. Is there any like pageant queens that really inspire you in terms of either fashion or platforms or just who they are as a person in the pageant industry?
There's a lot of girls that I look up to. So it's very hard to just name one because it wouldn't be fair on some of them, but the girls know who they are. Even some of my past pageant sisters, they're found in different systems now. And for what they started out with me to where they are now is absolutely beautiful. To see how they're after empowering themselves, especially as a girl, to shine so much.
That's amazing. Are there any other questions from social media, Liz?
Yes, we have one more here. What has been your favorite appearance that you have done so far? So it's community service or anything like that you've done with your title.
Oh, that's a hard one. Just been so many. The first one I did last year when I was announced the winner. I went to a Pride Day. And I went with my oldest child. So that was a good experience for that. But the ones that stand out most are ones to do with cancer or domestic violence. For me is a big thing. So those will come home more to me.
So what is your platform specifically, or do you just give to where your heart calls?
At the moment, our platform is Cancer Research UK because it goes with Miss Elegance. But for me, I give back to whoever needs it. But my platform since day one has been domestic violence. I joined the pageant community to show girls that have been in these situations that it doesn't end there. You can get through it and you can come out on top. So that's why I joined the pageant community.
That's fantastic.
Well, first off, thank you for sharing that with us. I know Liz and I, we've been doing a lot of interviews, and it's always so inspiring to hear why people first off join pageantry and for them to share a little bit about who they are and their background story. So thank you for sharing that. I know when you go through something difficult in life, and I always find myself going back to pageants. So whether it's I feel a little lost and I need to feel myself again, I step back into the pageant world, or for stories like yours where you've been through something difficult but you want to show everyone that, hey, I can do it, I'm resilient, I'm strong, and here you are.
That's what, when I first joined the pageant community, I was so quiet and no confidence. But when you join it, you meet so many amazing people and they show you how beautiful you are as a person. And then when you put on that evening wear, you feel absolutely amazing. And you believe that you are who you are, and you don't need to change it.
Exactly. Finger snaps all the way.
Exactly. It sounds like it sounds like you have like a great community around you in the pageant world there. Do you have any like fun stories or nice memories that you've had from competing at any pageant in the past?
There's a lot of fun stuff, and there's a lot of silly stuff.
Yes.
I remember the first time I competed, I went and got a spray tan. And this was all new, and I remember getting up the next morning and to see that the sheets were like orange. And it was just, how do we tell the hotel what's after happening?
Oh no! Oh gosh, because usually it's a bit, but it's like not bad. If it's orange, oh my gosh, I would have panicked.
Yeah, I was terrified. All I could do was go to a mirror and see, has it come off half my body? Was I going to be going on stage in a few minutes with half my body orange and half it white?
You don't want it orange.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been my first thing. Like, oh my god, I have a carrot. That's funny, but
That's
also
so
terrifying.
Yeah.
So going back to the chats, I guess it's Anthony who's on the Miss Elegance of the world. They say, super interview, well done, clapping hands emoji. And Janice McGregor says, Mary, you are an inspiration, role model. Your bravery is admirable. We love you.
Super great she is. She's always there backing me up, and I'm going to have to eventually go and meet her in person.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be
we
awesome.
say the same thing.
You just support everyone. And you know what?
Yes.
That's like such a great example of the pageant community just right there. That's just one person. And there's so many people like that as well, which is insane. It's super nice. So yeah, no, we're really grateful for her for sure.
I feel like every time we have someone on the show, she jumps in and it's like she knows them. And I'm like, how does Janice know everyone?
Super connected. It's a small world. It really is.
It is.
You can cover the whole world, and I know people from all over in pageantry, and it really is small. So it's nice that we can stick together.
Well, before we start to wrap things up, because Mary, I understand it is 11 o'clock in the evening there now. Are there any last things that you'd like to share with our viewers?
I don't think so. Just that to always believe yourself and never let anyone stop you from following your dreams.
I love that. And Mary, don't you ever stop following your dreams. Your pageant is just around the corner. Before we say goodbye, what is something that you are looking forward to being at Miss Elegance of the world?
I'm looking forward to finally meeting everyone. It's not the same chatting in groups or chatting privately to them. I just want to meet them all now and get photos and just have that big pageant girly night.
Well, we are looking forward to it. Yes, we want that. We want that for you. We're excited. I'm sure Janice is saying the same thing. We are super excited and we are rooting for you and your daughter. And hopefully, because our pageant is in October, we can get her on when Liz and I are back on air.
That'd be
I love
awesome.
that.
Well, as we start to say goodbye, Mary, where can people follow you online to follow your journey to Miss Elegance of the World?
I have a page on Instagram. It's called Elegance_Queen_Ireland 2021. And just by typing my name into Facebook, you will find my normal page, and I also have a page where I do my journey on.
Perfect. So everyone, make sure you follow her. Liz, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Elizabeth Marnock. I realize I've never said that, but I have a lot of pageant stuff on there. So Facebook. And you can also follow my makeup artistry account on Facebook and Instagram at Elizabeth Marnock Artistry. And then on Instagram, I kind of compile all my pageant stuff onto Elizabeth Marnock Pageantry. So there's a lot together. Good luck finding it. I hope to see you there. Regine, where can they find you?
You guys can find me here on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video. Again, we apologize for the glitches that had happened and the time differences that had reoccurred today. But thank you so much for joining us. You can follow us here. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regina Elena. You can also follow my journey to the Galaxy International Pageant at Mrs. Galaxy Southern Canada 2022 on Instagram and Facebook. And with that being said, once again, today is our last episode of the season. Elizabeth and I are both very busy. I have a wedding coming up and a pageant coming up. Elizabeth has all her pageant stuff going on. So we have decided to take a break until September. Oh my goodness, my voice just disappears there. September. But we are definitely going to be sharing everyone's stories as they go onto their competitions, including yours, Mary. So don't worry.
Thank you.
We're really
You're
looking forward
so
to it.
welcome. Yes. A couple more chats going on. Janice McGregor says, great interview. Thanks for joining us in Canada, Mary. Yes, thank you for joining us in Canada, Mary. Good job, Regina and Liz. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you.
And Anthony says, thanks for a great interview. Amazing. Mary, thank you for being an amazing
Thank
guest.
you for having me.
Our pleasure.
You for sharing your story with us, and we're wishing you all the best in July.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And to everyone else, stay tuned. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook at Pageant Sit Down, and we will see you all in a couple months. Bye.
Bye.